I will give you some highlights of my test result. I was going to do a full video on supplements tonight, but I'm gonna do it when I get back from Maine. Hi, thanks for clicking on Simply Tanika. I am Tanika. If you are new here, welcome. Hit that subscribe button. Let's hang out a while. If you are returning, welcome back. Let's get those babies, ladies.
I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through.
All right, all done. That was a lot less painful than the HSG. So you were right, Butterfly Poet. There was pressure, but I feel fine now. I don't actually even need Tylenol, so I'm gonna skedaddle over to the doctor's office. So they did my vitals again, and I got on that dreadful scale. But the scale did say I was 158, and it was 160 last week. So no matter what, for sure, I lost 2 pounds, whether it's calibrated correctly or not, meaning I think I was really 155, and it might be not calibrated, and I'd be like 153. But as long as all the scales are in agreement that I lost weight, I'm happy. Now I'm just waiting for the doctor. Hi fam. All right, I've made it home. I was going to do a full video on supplements tonight, but I'm gonna do it when I get back from Maine. I've still got to pack. I've got something in the dryer that I had to turn off so that you don't hear the noise in the background, and I did want to come out and close. So I will give you some highlights of my test results, and then I will go into, when I get back, like what the action plan is as far as what supplements I'll be taking, what lifestyle changes I'll be making. So blood work is good. My white blood count is a little low, so she wants to see me back in 30 days just to retest it. The lowest it should be is 4, and it is at 3.13. So we'll see. We'll test it again in 3 days. She wasn't really worried about it. It's interesting because this was cycle day 2 for me, and my FSH was 16.2, which was good. For some reason, it was at 22 on cycle day 3 when I went to the clinic. I mean, 16 is not great. We still want to get it below 15, but I feel like it's moving in the right direction. Because remember in the other video, I'll link it here, I need it to be lower than 15 to have an over 5% chance of a successful pregnancy. So those were all good. My TSH, which is the thyroid hormone, was 1.040, which it's gone down. My last test, which was, it was February 28th was my last test. It was 1.6, so that's moving in the right direction. T4 is 6.2, which is right in the middle. The range for this lab is 4.9 to 12.9, so mine is 6.2. T3 uptake, or T3U, is at 33.7. The high end of that is 39, and it's a percentage, so it's kind of on the high side, but she said she wasn't worried. We'll see what the nephrologist says about it, if he says anything, and I'll also ask the endocrinologist at Columbia and see if she's concerned about it. When I get back, I'll probably email this over to them, but I'm, again, running late. I won't have time to do all that. So I'm trying to get to Blue's house tonight. We don't leave tomorrow until 3, but now we are leaving on Thursday. I thought before, well, we'd leave Friday, but now I've gotten both my appointments done, so we can leave tomorrow. We're picking up the rental car at 3, so I just want to get everything, like, wrapped up, finish editing videos, and take a little break. Okay, so my LH was 11.5 on cycle day 2, which is a luteinizing hormone. So it was normal for the follicular phase. Mid-cycle peak, you would expect it to be 14 to 95 based on this lab. And luteal phase, it would be from 1 to 11.4. So there's that. What else have we got here? Prolactin serum is 9.9. The high end of prolactin is 23.3. The low is 4.8. So I'm closer to the low end, not even in the mid-range there for prolactin. And that was one of the things, I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of videos. If the prolactin is high, it can inhibit pregnancy, right? Prolactin is what we create when we're pregnant. And in fact, the range in the 3rd trimester of pregnancy for prolactin is 95 to 473. That's your body getting ready to make milk. So So yeah, estradiol 3 is what they tested here. So the estradiol first is 16.51. Again, this was cycle day 2. It's in range. Follicular phase, it should be between 6.2, 3.15. So remember, there's a relationship between the estrogen and the FSH, and so those are good. The FSH is not too high. Again, at 16, it could be lower, but the estradiol is also not elevated. If it was really high, then that would mean that the FSH was falsely low, the follicle stimulating hormone. If that doesn't make sense, leave it down below. I know some of you guys already know it, so I don't want to be redundant. If you don't and you want further explanation, leave me a note down below and I'll be happy to go into the relationship between FSH, which is follicle stimulating hormone, and estradiol E2 at the beginning of the cycle during the follicular phase. So folic acid is still high, so I have been taking folate, so I'm going to lay off the folate. Folate is the metabolically active form of folic acid. Mine is over 24, which is, they're marking it as excessive, right? I've been taking it, anything over 5.38 is good. Over 24 is high. It was also over 24 on February 28th. There is folic acid in my prenatal, so I'll just continue to take the prenatal and not take additional. And I had been taking the Pregnitude, which also had folic acid in it, so I won't be taking that anymore. It had folic acid in inositol, I think is how you say it. Don't quote me on that one. Okay, so urinalysis, nothing exciting there. What we got? My vitamin B12 is 809 is my result. The range is between 211 and 911, so I'm on the high end of that, so I feel good about my vitamin B12. My vitamin D is at 59.7. The range is from 32 to 100. So I am a little better than middle, but I will continue to take my vitamin D supplements. When I was there in February, it was 44.7, so I have increased it, which I feel good about that. Vitamin D is one of the things that's recommended for us when we're prepping for pregnancy, and I'm taking 250 milligrams a day, or 10,000 IU, so I think that's helped. I will continue with that. So it's saying that I'm sufficient in the range that I am in. I was sufficient before, but again, higher is better for trying to conceive. I will say too, I love that my doctor was honest and she said, I don't know how to interpret all of these for someone who is trying to get pregnant, which I think is so important, because sometimes we think that doctors have all the answers, right? Because they're doctors, they went to medical school, but they worked in specific fields, and she's a GP, she's a general practitioner, so she's not going to know what a reproductive endocrinologist knows. And I think that's key, because even like your OB will not know what the reproductive endocrinologist knows. Not that they don't know everything, or similar things, it's just that they don't have that level of extensive training. So while this looks normal, if I'm just a normal person walking around, there may be tweaks that need to be made for my reproductive endocrinology to be improved. And so I loved that she said that, and that she knows that I'm trying to have a child and is supportive of that, and is like telling me, okay, ask your other doctor about this because I'm not sure. Beautiful thing. And I think it's important for us to remember, like, just because someone has an MD behind their name doesn't mean they know everything about the human body or what all of this means, which was nice. And I think it's always good to like partner with your doctors and ask questions and advocate for yourselves. And I felt like for ourselves, for today, I felt like both with Dr. McConnell and Dr. Thornton, I was able to do that. And I don't know if it's because they're both women of color and I feel that connection with them, or if it's just their bedside manner, but I definitely have felt like they've been partners in my health and helping me advocate for myself and not making me feel like I'm asking silly questions, and just like very helpful, talkative. If I ask a question, they answer it fully. They don't water it down. I like that. I think that's important for all of us. Okay. Moving on. So vitamin D is what we did last. DHEA, my DHEA sulfate is 92. And for someone of my age, it should be within the range of 26 to 287. So not quite in the middle. So I am going to increase my DHEA. Then I had lowered it, which is, where is it? I had lowered it. I had been taking 75. And then my last test, it was 399, which was higher than the 287 for the range. Now it's 92. So I think I can go back to 3 DHEA tablets a day, which will be 75 milligrams. I had taken it down because it had been so high. I wanted it to be in range, actually, of a 30-year-old. So up to, 432. So I think I'll up it to 3. We'll check again in 3 months if I'm not pregnant and see if it makes sense to keep taking that. But I do feel overall it's good for the egg quality, and so I have an extra month to work on my egg quality thanks to the polyp, which I'm looking at as a blessing in disguise, and I think I will utilize that and take as many supplements that make sense based on my test results as needed. Okay, so those were my DHEA. Testosterone we tested, it was 12.9. Last time we did not test the testosterone. A few of you guys that reached out to me and were like saying you had taken your DHE sulfate and your testosterone in tandem. I didn't take it last time. DHEA is not a testosterone. It is an androgen that will convert, so I hadn't been worried about it, but I was like, let's just take it to be safe and see where I am. So it's 12.9. There is a scale here. Does it say age? It's multiple ranges, but I'm in range for all of them. It says Tanner stage. Oh, here we go. Just adults. It should be between 15 and 70, so it's actually on the low side. 12.9 is what I have, so it's below. But she wasn't worried about it. Okay, and then I think that's it. Testosterone calculated. Oh, free testosterone, which is separate from the testosterone. So the other one was total testosterone, which was 12.9, and the free testosterone is 2.43. The range is between 0.77 and 9.3, so it's on the low end, but good. So that's kind of it. For the cholesterol is great. My ratio is 3.6. I want it to be less than 5.8. All those look good. So that's it. Got my test results done. I can check that box off on the goals. If you haven't seen the goals video, take a look over here. But yeah, I can check that off. That's done. I will take this to the nephrologist when I go to talk about my kidney and the work that I'm having done. And we should be in good shape. I feel good about it. When I come back, I promise I will sit down and go through what all the supplements are, because I know a lot of people have joined the family since I did my whole supplement video, and you have no idea why I'm taking any of these pills. And so I will sit down and talk to you when I get back from Maine. All right, ladies, I hope that you are well. I hope that you are being very good to yourself. If not, please take a moment and take care of yourself. All right, if you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Share it with everybody you know. Let's take the shame out of infertility. There is nothing to be ashamed of. 1 in 8 women are suffering from it. Let's talk about it. Talk to you later. Bye. Mwah. Baby does to you all.
I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through to make those rainbows in my mind when I think of you.